Welcome to the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. Let's just jump into it. Boom, 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 boom. The number one entry is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair returns in all her magnificence and majesty and glory and comes down to the ring oozing confidence and spraying Rick Martel's arrogance everywhere. The number two entry, Becky Lynch, the man, is here. And she comes down to the ring with a big smile on her face and gets a big pop. And the look on Charlotte Flair's face, she can't believe it. She thought she was going to run through 29 wrestlers. Now she's not sure if she's going to get through the next 90 seconds. Becky comes up onto the apron and enters the ring. The bell sounds. The two of them look at each other. And they start circling around the ring and circling each other. They stop and they look at each other again. They look at the audience. They look back at each other. They soak in the moment. Finally, they lock up. It's a stalemate. Not much happens. Headlock off the ropes, shoulder block. Another headlock off the rope, shoulder block. That's about it. Number three is Io Sky. And she does her entrance dance and then sprints down to the ring. She's going to inject some energy and excitement into this match right away. She goes after Becky. She goes after Charlotte. And then the three of them put on a triple threat sequence clinic. Number four, and I'm just going to fill up the ring here quickly. Hang in there, because one thing I can promise you is that this does get better as it goes along. And a lot of the storytelling is towards the end. So right now, I'm just filling up the ring. Number four is Candice LeRae. And Candice LeRae comes down to the ring, and she's just going to get in there and make a nuisance of herself. Side note, did you know that she's 39? That's unbelievable. She looks like she's just getting used to not being 12. Number five is Shayna Baszler. And Shayna Baszler marches down to the ring. She looks mean and confident. She slaps her mouth guard into her mouth. Candice LeRae meets her and she wham. Io Sky comes at her, bam. Becky Lynch comes at her, boom. Charlotte Flair lunges at her with a big boot but misses wildly. And Shayna Baszler hits her with an elbow and then bam, hits her with a knee. Number six is Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green is happy to be here, and she takes her time coming down to the ring. And while she's coming down to the ring, Shayna Baszler has grabbed Candice LeRae and put her in the Karakuta clutch. And she hoists her over the top rope and then just lets her dangle there and then releases her. And Candice LeRae falls to the floor, eliminated, right in front of Chelsea Green, who looks up at Shayna Baszler. And Shayna Baszler is like, "Get in the ring, you're next." Chelsea Green decides it might be a better idea to walk all the way around the ring and get on the other side. Charlotte Flair attacks Shayna Baszler from behind. Io Sky fighting Becky Lynch. Number seven. Is that where we're at? Number seven, of course, is Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai runs down to the ring with big, long strides. And she goes right after Becky to help Io Sky fighting Becky. Then they go over and they fight Chelsea Green a little bit. Then they go back and help and Io Sky and Dakota Kai fight Becky Lynch together. And it's clear, it's obvious, right from the beginning we established that Dakota Kai and Io Sky are going to work together. Chelsea Green keeps attacking Charlotte Flair from behind. Charlotte Flair's engaged with Shayna Baszler. Every time Chelsea Green attacks Charlotte Flair from behind, Charlotte turns around and Chelsea scurries away, and Shayna grabs Charlotte again and again has to defend herself. In at number 8 is Lyra Valkyria. Is it Valkyria or Valkyria? I never really know how to say it. I'm going to say Valkyria. I'm just going to go with that. Lyra Valkyria runs down to the ring. Dakota Kai is there to meet her, and Lyra Valkyria starts giving it to Dakota Kai. We have Shayna Baszler fighting Charlotte Flair, and Chelsea Green kind of pestering Charlotte Flair from behind and then scurrying away, and Io Sky is fighting Becky Lynch. In at number 9, it's Kairi Sane, and Kairi Sane runs down to the ring, and she runs right past Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria and goes to help Io Sky, who's fighting Becky Lynch. Meanwhile, Chelsea Green, gone to the well one too many times, attacks Charlotte Flair from behind, but this time Charlotte's anticipating it and gets a hold of Chelsea Green and starts bullying her and pushing her towards the rope. In at number 10, it's Piper Niven. And as Piper Niven's name and number are announced, Charlotte's pushing Chelsea Green over the top ropes. Chelsea Green lands on the apron and tries to get back in the ring, but Charlotte won't let her. She keeps blocking her. Piper Niven's huffing and puffing all the way down the ring, running as fast as she can. And just as Chelsea Green falls off the apron, Piper Niven is there to catch her. Chelsea Green looks at Piper Niven, my hero! Piper Niven carries Chelsea Green to the steel steps. Chelsea Green waves at the audience and she gets a nice pop. She blows them a kiss. She turns around on the apron and wham! Charlotte Flair is there to meet her with a big boot right to the face. Chelsea Green falls off the apron and Piper Niven, even though it's right there in front of her, she just can't be bothered. And she lets Chelsea Green fall to the floor. Eliminated. But when Piper Niven sees the hurt on Chelsea Green's face, the emotional anguish in her eyes, now Piper Niven's mad. She looks at Charlotte Flair. Oh, I'm going to get you. And Charlotte Flair smiles at her and backs up. You're going to get me? Come on in. Piper Niven stomps up the steps, gets into the ring, and she goes right after Flair, and she starts wailing on Charlotte Flair. Beating her pretty bad, but Charlotte Flair's pretty crafty, and she gives Piper Niven a boot right below the belly, right in the baby maker. She backs up Piper Niven and backs her up to the ropes. Charlotte Flair goes to give her a big boot, but Piper Niven ducks, somehow gets her arm underneath Charlotte Flair and hoists her over. Charlotte Flair loses her balance on the apron and falls to the floor. Eliminated by Piper Niven. She looks up at Piper Niven. You? Piper Niven looks down at her. Yeah, me. But in that moment, the three members of Damage Control swarm on Piper Niven from behind, and the three of them lift her up and heave her over the top rope and eliminate Piper Niven. There's now 6 wrestlers left in the ring. 3 of them are the members of Damage Control. Shayna Baszler and Becky had been engaged for a moment, and Valkyria was trying to help her. Valkyria wants to still go at Shayna Baszler, but Becky grabs Valkyria. It's like, no. She points across the ring. We got bigger problems. Shayna Baszler notices Valkyria being pulled off of her by Becky and looks across the ring and assesses the situation pretty quickly. Sometimes fate chooses your teammates for you. The 3 of them line up against the 3 members of Damage Control, and they start going at it. It's Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. It's Dakota Kai and Valkyria. It's Becky Lynch and Io Sky. 3, 2, 1.